Hey, this is Chris. Good morning. How you doing? Keeping it real. Kind of a CNL construction thing too, but anyway. I am caulking some windows at the VFW. I don't know if you can see that. I filled up that whole gap there with sealer because this piece of metal wasn't turned, this piece of metal wasn't turned to meet that piece of metal. They left a gap. It left the wood exposed, and so we're trying to figure out a way just to weather tighten these up a little bit. Winter's coming on. Well, winter's here, but you know, they want to replace the windows at some point, but for now we just want to make sure we don't get any more water infiltration. So I'm using my new Ergotech caulk gun, which I really love. It's dripless, as it says there on the barrel, at the base of the barrel, and thus far using this OSI Quad Max sealant, it's absolutely dripless. I haven't had it hasn't even bubbled out just even a little bit. But one thing I wanted to show you that I just kind of discovered that might be a handy tip if you're using a caulk like this is that if you look, you see that that unscrews. This camera's so hard to hold. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there we go. Get that. This unscrews, and so what I discovered is this morning I was going to get out a new tube of caulk, and I was thinking, gosh, I got to get my razor blade out. I got to change it because I did some roofing the other day, and the blade's all messed up. And so I'd have to change the blade and go through all that. And then I realized, you know, with that unscrewable tip, I can just use that tip on every tube of this caulk that I have. And so the advantage of that, of course, is that once you've got the opening that you want, and you can see I need a rather large opening, you know, to fill in that gap. Once I've got the opening I want, I can use that tip over and over and over again. And also what it helps do is when I get done at the end of the day and I have half a tube of caulk left, instead of just kind of leaving this sit in the car or whatever and wrapping it up in a paper towel just to make sure it doesn't get any caulk all over everything, I can just take one of the tips that I haven't cut yet and put it back on there, and it'll keep it sealed and keep it from setting up inside that tube. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you're using that kind of caulk, or if you do a lot of caulking and like more of a production kind of thing, because that's what this is kind of. It's 22 windows altogether, and so I'm going to shoot about probably 15 or 20 tubes of caulk. It certainly can be a big time saver, and you know, once you get your procedure in place in your head, and part of the procedure being getting that tip cut at the correct angle and the correct size that you want, it really does make things a lot easier just to be able to switch that, I'm just going to call it a head, nozzle, whatever, from one tube to the other, rather than having to cut it every single time. So that's a good time saver, and it just helps you maintain a good level of quality, of consistent quality. All right, just thought I'd share that with you. You can I got the caulk gun on Amazon. I got the Quad Max at Lowe's. Gosh, it was $8 $8 a cartridge, $8 tube. But from what I've seen so far, it's really worth it. It's a difficult tool, but it really is easy. If you just need to put a caulk, if you're just caulking a corner, it really does flow nicely, and you don't really have to worry about doing anything to it because it sticks to everything. You will make a mess if you're not careful. Other than that, though, it's great stuff. All right, got any questions or comments? Leave them in the section below. Like and subscribe. We appreciate when you do. We'll see you on the next video.